Psalms chapter 37 and verse 28. It says, "For the Lord loveth judgment and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off." First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. Now, this is pretty much going around everywhere. You know, brothers have their videos on this. My elder did a video on it. You know, I was going to do a video on it. I'm just getting around to it, you know, as more information comes out about it. And you can clearly see the hypocrisy in America, man. This place is completely, you know, through, and it completely shows hatred towards you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, man. Because during this squabble, you know, in Cincinnati, where you had Jake, you know, letting loose on these devils, which Jake, you know, is a goddamn monster out here, just as much as Esau is, man. Right? But, you know, everything is of the Lord, man. You know, I can say that. And what was it? Last year? The Mississippi brawl with the boat ride joint. You know, that was a big thing too. But, you know, these devils, they asked for it, man. You see a lot of videos with these Edomites, these so-called white people, provoking and you know, trying to get Jake to bust a move, man. Pretty much to hit him, to do something to him. Because Esau know he don't want no smoke really with Jake. You know, but this whole thing is going to be used as a catalyst to push for a race war, man. Because that race war is coming. Civil war is coming. It's all coming. And Jacob and Esau is the two major players, man. Jacob being the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, and Esau, Edom, being the so-called white man, right? That's the two major players in the Bible that's going to go head-to-head in these last days, right? Other nations, they're going to get involved, but they just the extras, man. But, yeah, man, because Jacob has been oppressed more than anybody by Esau, man. Right? Nobody gives a goddamn about Palestine and what them Arabs are dealing with over there. And nobody cares about that, man. We damn sure don't care about that, man. Right? But when it comes to our people have went through the worst hell under these devils. And the Lord is putting the spirit in Jake, right? Because the Lord promised us get back. It tells you that in Ezekiel 25. It tells you that in Isaiah 51 and 20, right? That the Lord was going to use Israel, his people, to put hell on the nations, man. Chiefly Esau, Edom. So this is going to happen. But, you know, this is going to be used because you got Trump getting involved. You got the FBI getting involved. You got the Senate getting involved. But then you had a so-called black woman say that, you know, them devils, they beg for that ass whooping, man. So you see the division. Because Jake in these positions, they tired of Esau, man. The point is, everybody is getting tired of the so-called white man, man. Everybody. And everybody's getting tired of niggas, man. Because niggas don't make nothing no better, man. Because you get Jake, you know, they get a little liquid courage, and he just start acting like a damn a savage animal, foaming at the mouth, looking to do something to somebody. Right? And then you got Esau, who created the nigga, right? And it backfired on him. Because Esau is the biggest savage on the planet. He's the biggest beast on the planet, man. The worst beast on the planet. And he has created Jake to be a beast, man. 2/3 of our people, they are, Israelites, but they're Edomites in their spirit, man. You know what I'm getting at. They're not Edomites, but the way they think with that American mindset that get money, nigga, and the YN culture and all that BS. Esau Edom created that, man, and it backfired on him. That's pretty much what's going on here, man. So, the Lord said He's gonna preserve His righteous, man. The saints are the Israelites, but the wicked shall be cut off. And Esau Edom, you're about to be cut off, right? You're about to be cut off, man. Right? Let's get another one, and then we're gonna play it. Psalms chapter 9, because the Lord did this, man. Psalm chapter 9, verse 16. It says, the Lord is known by the judgment which He executed. The Lord executed this, man. Right? It says, the wicked is snared in the works of his own hands. You created this, Esau Edom. You created the American nigga, man. And the American nigga, he rebelled against you, man. Right? You said, I'm going to train the so-called black man and make him a nigga so that way he can kill his own people and put his own people, put hell on his own people. But look, it backfired on you. So, hey, that's what the Lord is saying, man. The wicked is snared, is trapped in the works of his own hands. Higeon Selah, man. So this was a result of what you created, Esau Edom. That's just what it is. So let's play it. Yahweh Shem Yahushua willing to elect be edified. Shalom. I know you've seen it already, but
Unbelievably vicious video. This is very tough to watch. I gotta warn you. In Cincinnati.
And check Esau's words, man, because this is the worst thing that's ever happened. Oh my God, it's just so vicious. I can't believe it. But what the hell have you devils done to us throughout history? You've been nothing but vicious. You have did worse things. You have killed Jake for less, for just looking at you. You've hung Jake. So you fucking devils got, you got the audacity and the nerve, man.
This man was beaten in the street in Cincinnati over the weekend. The police say 5 suspects are facing charges. They're asking others to turn themselves in. Then a woman who tried to defend him also was punched and knocked out cold by a young man on the street. And as I said before, one person called 911 in this whole crowd. They're all too concerned about getting this whole thing on video so they can post it on their stupid phones. National correspondent.
Look how she's talking. We can post it on their stupid phones. But if it would have been the other way around, she wouldn't have had this type of anger, right? You hear she just want to say what she want to say. These niggers, I hate these niggers. She said only one person called 911, and because they was just so busy and so gung-ho on getting it on their stupid phones. I've never heard a newscaster say that. Check it out, man. Through the spirit, these devils hate you Jakes, man.
Brian Yanis reports live here in New York. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Martha. Well, we just got disturbing new video with a different angle of this vicious attack that unfolded at 3 a.m. on Saturday in Cincinnati. It appears to show a verbal confrontation. Then you see a white man in a white shirt slap a black man in a red shirt. Punches are then thrown, and the
Okay, so these fucking devils, they started it. They slapped the Jake. He slapped the Jake, and hey, it was on from there. It was on from there. You don't put your hands on nobody, man. But hey, skip past the white dude slapping him. That was light. Let's focus more on the mob, the thugs that jumped him. You don't put your hand on nobody, you fucking devil. Right? You don't touch nobody.
brawl ensues. The white man is punched and kicked repeatedly by black men and women. This new video also shows two other white men getting beat up. Horrifically, another video shows a woman being knocked unconscious, blood on her face after she was sucker punched by a man. Incredibly difficult to watch. Police have not said how or why this brawl started. Cincinnati's police chief says alcohol consumption played a significant role, characterizing it as a sudden dispute following a verbal altercation. Astoundingly, there were 100 people there, but only
It wasn't a verbal altercation. You just said that the devil slapped him.
one person called 911. The Trump administration's Department of Justice suggesting hate crime charges could be filed. Quote, our federal hate crimes laws apply to all Americans. We at Civil.
No, it don't. No, it don't. So if that's the case, if federal hate crimes apply for all Americans, what happens when black men get shot unjustly, just like the Jake that got slapped the hell out of and punched in the mouth? You know, because he asked the cop to see his sergeant in Florida. That was a hate crime. Oh, but because they had badges, that doesn't make it a hate crime.
Rights at DOJ will monitor closely how local authorities handle this attack. Vice President J.D. Vance, who's from Ohio, reacting.
We have got to make great American cities safe again for families and children. If you want to take your wife or your children out for a meal, you shouldn't be worried about street violence. And the only way to destroy that street violence is to take the thugs who engage in that violence and throw their asses in prison.
But wait, you so-called white men, you the biggest thugs in this country, man. And this dude, J.D. Vance, this dude goes back to the Klan. His family goes back to the Klan, man. Right? The thugs. The only way to get rid of street violence is to lock the thugs up. So lock yourself up, man. I'm telling you, these devils got some nerve, man. Some nerve. That's why the Lord is about to wipe their ass out, man. America is back. America ain't back. America's going to SHIT, man. And you devils going down with it.
Martha, 5 people have been charged. More are expected, but so far they have announced 0 arrests. So we'll see. We'll get an update as we get it.
Well, a lot of people know who all these individuals are. And as you say, it started with an altercation on both sides. But what happened was absolutely horrific. And the fact that nobody stepped in to stop it is just unbelievable. Brian.
Shut up, man. Damn devil. This is the other one. You know what I'm saying? But you see the wordplay that these devils use, man. As long as they do it, no matter who they do it to, it's all good. You should just comply. Right? It wasn't that serious. Right? But let it be done to them. They can't take it. Yeah, they can't take it, man. They like to throw the punches, but they don't like to get hit, man. That's these devils, but the Lord got something for you devils, man. whatever you try to use your media for to try to work in your favor, to push an agenda and twist the narrative, it ain't gonna work, man. Because the whole world sees that you're the biggest fucking troublemakers. This is Job chapter 21 and verse 29. And it reads, it said, have ye not asked them that go by the way, and do ye not know their tokens? That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction, and they shall be brought forth to the day of wrath, man. Because that's what Esau Edom is being prepared for, man. The day of destruction and the day of death and the day of wrath, right? No matter of you getting everybody on your side through your witchcraft media is gonna make things change. Your judgment is coming, man, and you're fastly approaching that day, right? And you can't hide. You can't hide from it, man. And now, 3 was charged, 5 was charged, and they gonna try to lock them all up and give them, you ask me, you're gonna give them at least 10 years for this, man. And none of these devils gonna be charged with anything, right? They just gonna pat them on the back and say, go home. Go get a cold one, sit in the backyard with your wife and hug her and kiss her and let her know you love her. But for you Jakes, you going to the pen. You're going to the pen, man.
So the FBI and the Justice Department are launching an investigation into that brutal Cincinnati assault that went viral over the weekend. 3 suspects now facing multiple charges such as assault, aggravated rioting, while 2 others have also been charged but not yet arrested. Meanwhile, a local councilwoman named Victoria Parks is facing backlash over her comments on the victims, saying, quote, they begged for that beatdown, adding, I am grateful for the whole story. Ohio Senator Bernie Moreno sits on the Homeland Security Committee and obviously represents that state.
And Jet, like I said earlier, Jake is getting tight, man. Jake is angry with the system and being up under Esau and seeing his wickedness and his corruptness and his hypocrisy. Jake is tired, man. And you got this
Senator, thanks so much.
You got this dude right here, man. This coon, this raccoon right here, man, with the gray suit on. Every time I see this dude, I get upset, man. Cause he want butter biscuits so bad, man. He want to sit at master's table so bad, man. Right? This dude is a straight raccoon, man.
Thanks for joining the program this morning.
Well, thank you for covering the story. It's been absent from the national news, so I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you about this heinous situation.
Well, Senator, we're covering this story, although we don't know all the facts of the case, and there's an investigation underway because it's a part of a larger trend, a lack of law and order, the fact that there's this mob, even so if someone hits you first, how you respond with an entire mob, that just isn't the way we do things in a civilized society, right?
This is not a civilized society, idiot. This society is not civilized, man. People walking around with short fuses. You got people walking around in broad daylight with a M ramp or whatever you call a M1, right? People walking in the store stabbing people up. How is this society civilized, man? How much they paying you to say that, nigga?
No, absolutely. And by the way, Holly, which is one of the victims, I actually, when I saw the video, thought she had been killed. I posted pictures with her permission yesterday of what happened to her. This is a middle-aged woman that was going out for a nice time with some friends. This is how she ended up. I mean, these pictures are so graphic, so horrible.
And when everybody go out with friends, they look for a nice time. Not just you fucking devils, man. Because you devils, you be out, and as soon as you get drunk and get some liquid courage, you go out starting with people, man. It's thousands of videos showing you devils starting with people, man. It could be Jake's so-called black men or women walking down the street, and you'll come all the way across the street to start with them, man. Mind your fucking business. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to learn, man. Mind your damn business. Leave people the hell alone, man, especially so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. Leave them alone, man. But you can't because you have this sick obsession with Jake, man. Right? You just have to know where he's going, where he's coming from, what he's doing, who's he with, who he gonna be with, who's his girlfriend, who's his mother, who's his kids, what they look like. You got this sick obsession with Jake, man. And we know what it is. You hate Jake, man. You hate Jacob. You wish you was Jacob, but you're not. You're Esau Edom. And you about to be destroyed, man.
That I wanted people to see this is what political leaders in Cincinnati are allowing. Cincinnati is an amazing city made by great people over decades, centuries, actually. It's one of the shining jewels of Ohio. And these idiotic political leaders that the citizens allow to have office need to go. I'm going to call on all federal agencies to review the funding that we provide Cincinnati. And I'm giving the leaders of Cincinnati 1 month to come up with a plan for them to protect civil rights for their citizens. And if they don't do it, Lawrence.
Now, you just got to read. You got to read between the lines. They're saying protect their citizens. Now, if this would have been flipped, there would not be any stripping of funds. There would not be any calls for new laws. There would not be anything. Nothing, man. If it was a white mob on one or two black dudes, it would not have been none of this. But being that it was a couple of Jakes, right? Reacting to a so-called white man slapping one of them, because there's never every action has consequences. You idiot devils, you should know that, man. You can't just do things to people and not expect anything to happen. You got to be a idiot to think that nothing can happen to you if you slap somebody. Right? You got to be idiotic to believe that. But just listen. They are doing this because they're showing you how racist and how much they hate you Jakes, man. Cincinnati is a great state. The jewel of Ohio, made by good people. No matter what the fuck these devils do, they always consider themselves good people, man. You're not good people, man. You're the devil. You're the wicked. You're the most hateful forsakers of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. You are going to get yours soon, man. Real soon.
I'm going to ask these agencies to suspend all federal funding because we're not going to put up with this. They're down 200 police officers. The police chief blames social media. The city council person blamed the victim. The mayor went to a misfit mayor's conference and then took a vacation to Canada. Hasn't been back in town since then. This is a total travesty. I'm not going to put up with it. Ohio deserves better, and Cincinnati certainly does too.
Senator, I believe that most citizens are good. You got people that act the fool, but most citizens want law and order in their town. So the funding, you're correct. That is one element to this story. But what about conservative ideas that believe in law and order being brought to that city to actually win? Because the problem is Democrats are running these towns.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Look, we have to have a wholesale change. That's why I want to highlight this. Look, these elected leaders want destruction. They want less policing. They want lawless society because they want to destroy America. I know it seems to some of your viewers that maybe that's too hyperbolic. It's not, Lawrence. They have a dark view of America. Look, they honestly care more.
America's already destroyed, man. You're slow. You're slow, man. You need to catch up.
Or about foreign countries and foreign citizens and criminal aliens. I mean, the Democrats spend most of their time trying to jailbreak illegals from our detention centers or foreign prisons. Look, we have to be advocates for American citizens, and we cannot allow our great cities to descend into chaos. That's what they want. We won't let them, Lawrence. We got to fight every day to make certain we deliver that message. We're about safety and prosperity for every American.
Senator, thanks so much for joining the program.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian.
And they don't consider you so-called Negroes Americans, man. They consider you 3/5 of a human being. That's what they consider you as, man. Right? And Jake, they want Jake under the jail for this. You know, if this would have been the 40s, Jake would have been lynched. Right? They would have went in whatever town so-called Negroes dwelling in Ohio, and they would have burned it to the ground. Right? They would have found whatever men. They would have hung them. They would have shot them. They would have raped their women and the children, because you know this fucking devil is a damn monster, right? They would have did all that for this, man. Right? But this is what they want. They said if pretty much if you don't prosecute them to the furthest extent of the law, we're gonna strip you of funding. So when you're dealing with the money, now they got to make a move, man. This is Habakkuk 1:4. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth, man. Here it is. You have this Edomite slap the Jake, and that was the last thing he remembered. You don't slap somebody, man. I don't care. You don't slap somebody and think that nothing's gonna happen to you. You thought you was gonna slap him and he just gonna put his head down and say, "I'm sorry." Are you stupid or something? Right? So it is what it is, man. Right? Let's get one more. We're gonna shut it down. This is Ezekiel, because it's time for the payback, man. The Lord said, "You devils are gonna be paid back. You devils are going to be paid back." Ezekiel 35:5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, and the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood. Because he saw Edom, you being prepared unto blood now. Why? Because you spilled the blood of the Israelites perpetually from the beginning of your rulership all the way to now, man. It said, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee, man, because you never hated spilling the blood of the Israelites. Now the Lord is going to use the Israelites to spill your blood, man. Simple as that. And you can lock Jake up. The Lord is going to release who he's going to release. The Lord is in control of this, not you, right? You devils need to learn how to mind your goddamn business, man, and leave people alone and keep your hands to yourself, right? And Jake, man, stop being around these devils, man, because, you know, a lot of you Jakes, you be, you know, dealing with a whole bunch of fucking foolery too, man. You goddamn savages out here too, man. But like I said, the savage Jakes, these 2/3, these was a creation of Esau Edom. And that's all it is backfiring. So, you know, I'm going to leave it there. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua willing, the elect was edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. To the next lesson, Shalom.